Well, there are calls for urgent action after a series of workplace-related incidents with a staggering 93 deaths recorded so far this year. A timber pallet factory in lockdown and a young employee dead. 2 hours later, a 50-year-old tradesman fell from scaffolding, plunging more than 8 metres to the ground. Within the same hour, a man was struck by steel pipes. The following day, a man aged in his 30s fell from a roof, sustaining significant head injuries. Sadly, these are not isolated cases. New South Wales Ambulance has responded to more than 200 workplace-related incidents this year alone. It's a painful reminder for the Cassaniti family, who tragically lost their 18-year-old son Christopher in a Sydney scaffolding disaster earlier this year. These recent events have now intensified calls for a national overhaul of Australia's workplace safety laws. And joining me now is Christopher Cassaniti, who, as we just saw, lost her son in April of this year. Christopher, good morning and welcome.
Good morning.
It feels like every week we hear about another incident, which must, for you, be horrifying and distressing in equal measure.
It is, because it keeps reminding me of what, I keep replaying the day of when I found out when Christopher died. So it is gut-wrenching every single time.
One of the most disturbing things about these incidents is that the majority of them are avoidable. So how is that happening? How are we failing our workers?
Look, they should be, a lot of safety officers do warn the workers that, there is a lot of dangers on work, but I think it becomes monotonous to the workers. They're there just to go to work, and incidents are happening when they shouldn't be happening, and it's quite clear they know that certain things are dangerous, but they still go ahead and do it.
But do you feel that workers are getting adequate warnings in terms of what is perceived as dangerous?
I think they do get adequate warnings, but I think it's that I've got to get the work done. There's a lot of push to get jobs done, and so safety, when things have to go very quickly, kind of safety gets put to the side.
Just elaborate on that when you say they've got to get the work done. You're concerned that, in fact, in some cases, workers are feeling that they can't speak up if they're concerned about something because there's a risk they'll lose their job?
Yes, this is what the feedback that I get. A lot of the workers feel that they can't speak up because they're going to be persecuted or lose their jobs. So
even in the event of there being a potentially risky situation?
Yeah, because they need to get the job done, and that's what seems to be the problem. It's time and money at the moment. Who gets the job done quicker? And I think it's...
How prevalent do you think that is, where a worker is concerned about their safety, but they feel compelled to push on and do it?
Well, that's what the feedback that I get from all workers. It's just that everybody gets really, really angry because it's that push to try and finish. Everybody's overlapping each other because there's not enough time to get things done. Buildings are going up so quickly. Before you know it, if you're not in a place in 6 months, there's a building there. That's very quick.
So the overriding message is time is money, get the job done.
Get the job done.
Safety not first.
No, safety not first. And this is what my mission is to change that culture and to just give workers the confidence to say no if they feel something's unsafe without feeling that, they're going to lose their jobs. They've got mortgages to pay, bills still come. There's jobs around, but obviously, they feel that they need to keep their jobs and they just get the job done, and unfortunately things happen.
Queensland and the ACT have already introduced industrial manslaughter laws.
Yes.
Christopher's law, which you of course now spearhead, is aimed at having the law introduced in New South Wales. Just explain what that's about.
So Christopher's law, it's multifaceted. So it's what I'm trying to bring forward to the government is that safety should be across the whole nation, every state, not just Queensland, not just Victoria. or ACT. A New South Wales lives or any other lives in Australia is just as equally valuable. Industrial manslaughter laws would help because there's obviously a penalty if something goes wrong. So
there are consequences.
there are consequences.
Yeah.
So people kind of step back and think, oh, well, this might be a little bit dangerous. I could go to jail if I kill my worker. So it's putting these things in place and higher penalties, independent. So having independent safety officers on site that are not hired by the builders, so that they don't turn a blind eye to unsafe situations.
Yeah, that independence would be very necessary, I imagine. You've started the Touched by Christopher Foundation.
Yes.
This is to help families who go through what you have experienced.
Yes.
You're very passionate about it.
I am, because I have not been able to go back to work as yet, and neither has my husband. It is very hard, and so I thought, let's give back. We were fortunate enough because we've had help from families. But not many people have the same help. So the Touched by Christopher helps families with the first 3 months in groceries and utilities, and we come in on the first week that it happens. Our constitution of our foundation is now for New South Wales construction site deaths, but my mission is to actually go national and all workplaces.
You are such a remarkable woman. I can't imagine the pain you've gone through, and it must still be so raw. It's really still very, very recent. So this is Christopher's legacy, and we greatly appreciate you coming in and talking to us this morning. Best of luck with everything.
Thank you. We just have the one more thing is our foundation is doing our launch on the 5th of October.
Yep.
And that's at Luna Park, and tickets are available online.
And we will have all the details on our website as well. If you'd like to reach out to Patricia or learn more, you can head online to touchedbychristopher.org.au. Patricia,
thank you.
Thank you.
No, thank you.